Ahoy everybody and welcome aboard.
Ciao!
This is Easter Friday. It's the start of the Easter weekend, so we just wanted to reach out and say, hey, how's it going? Wish you guys all a good weekend. Give you a little update as to things that we've got going on now, because I know we haven't talked to you much since we had the wedding, and apologies, but you know, we've been taking our time doing some different projects and things, so we got lots of things to catch you guys up on, and it's going to start today. Some of you may have already noticed that we've been making some changes in our salon, so we're going to start there. Okay, so next on our list, we finally found a, oh, is it this way?
Yeah.
We finally found a place with the time and ability to reupholster our salon cushions. And believe me, that was no easy task.
No, the first we find in October.
This goes back to October before the hurricanes. We found a couple places, but nobody ever actually showed up, and those that did never did the job. This guy actually did the job.
And in 1 week.
Yeah, in 1 week, and so far we've seen some of the samples already, and he did a good job, so now we're just going to pick up some of the cushions and hope that it's good, because I believe that it's going to be. And here we are.
Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás?
We here.
Hola, buenas tardes, ¿cómo están? Buenas. Oh, wow.
Claro.
Now, how do we get him back to the boat?
I need to call Jimmy.
Taxi?
Yeah.
Ana, ya en la moto.
Can you hold those?
Voy intentando.
Vaya los tres, yo le paso.
Okay. Capital.
Venga.
You gonna try and hold them on the bike?
We try. But it's very uncomfortable travel. Lucky we are close here. We need to always take
Oh, come on. We're sailors. Everything we do is uncomfortable.
Because you need to only to drive. Ok, espera. Esto me lo pongo de este lado.
Whoa.
Ahora que está armado todo, manda la foto. Sí, seguro. Muchas gracias.
That's
Te
a way
veo
to...
mañana a las 10. Te lo traigo acá.
Gracias. Ciao.
Muchas gracias.
Well, you found the best way to build a wall between us, huh?
Ah, big wall.
Okay, you good?
Yeah.
You want to hold it?
Slowly. Go
Or
slowly.
you want to hold it, or should I turn it off?
I'm like a soubrette.
And as you can see, they have turned out beautifully. We're very happy.
It's like the original one, and yeah, the manufacturer, the work of the man is very good.
Yeah, he did a very nice job. Yeah, we had mesh backs put on for good ventilation and Velcro for adhering to the walls and everything. But the man's name is Jorge that did the job for us, and his whole family. He works together with his wife, his kids, everything, and they did a beautiful job. So Jorge, thank you very much. We very much appreciate your time and energy putting this together for us. And, well, yeah, some of you might wonder why we stopped here, but I think I started explaining to you one time, this is a whole other project on itself. The coach is now only going to be 2/3 of what it used to be, because we never have anybody sits here anyway. First of all, this is under the TV, so nobody sits there. And the table was originally designed for 8 people.
No, we never had.
We don't have 8 people, and we don't want 8 people. If we have that many people for dinner, everybody eats outside, not down here. It's just not where we want to have that kind of many people for dinner. But this, as you can also see, has always been a bit of a junk drawer. So we're going to make much more efficient use of this space, because right now it's pretty much just wasted, and of course just becomes storage. So this piece of the table is coming out, and there's going to be a new cabinet that we're going to build that's going to come from across here right to where the blue cushion ends and all the way under here, and it's going to be a solid top cabinet, and that is where the freezer is going to go. So that's always been the plan for the freezer. We just have it sitting here right now, which, you know, it's not ideal, not convenient, but it's just been a great place to have it for testing right now until we get this built. The only thing stopping us from building this cabinet right now is that the whole water system needs to be relocated back into that corner. But the nice thing is we have a lot of new space that's going to be introduced here that's going to be great for storage and the water system, accessing the water system, getting at the components, much easier for service and maintenance. It's just going to be great overall. So that project's coming up in the near future. Now, something else you guys have all been asking about, I know, and I do apologize. We kind of skipped over it at the wedding because you are all interested in what happened with the air conditioner. Well, the air conditioner, as you can see, is still there, although if you saw in the last shipment that we received, we had another air conditioner show up. And that's because we liked the one that we had so well. It was working so amazingly well. We were very happy with it. But I bought the least expensive one, you know, the smallest one that was 8,000 BTU, because we just wanted to test it and see if we could actually make it work or not. Well, it worked very well, so we decided to upgrade to their bigger one, which is a 12,000 BTU. And I've already been testing it. It draws about 30% more power for about 50% more increase in refrigeration capacity. So far it's been a pretty good trade, but I'll keep you updated on that one. But the way that the test results ended last time, we got 6 days before we actually ran out of battery power on the gauge here. Because what happened was on the 7th day, the low power alarm went off and the inverter shut down when we were doing our coffee on the stove. And that was the day that we started the generator. And I will tell you that we ran the generator for 3 hours, and that replaced all the power that we used from the air conditioner in 6 days. That's pretty amazing. So the test was very successful. I was very happy with it, and hence why we have a new one.
And it's very silent, Capitan.
It's
more silent than this fan.
It's very silent. Yes, you can almost hear this fan more than that air conditioner. Yeah. It's amazing how quiet it is and how efficient it is. So, no, I'm very amazed that we can actually run a small air conditioner like that just for these hot days when it's just too stuffy down here to actually work and everything. So it's not a daily purpose, but whenever we need it, it's there. And the days we need it, the sun is shining, that's why we need it. So it's a perfect match. Yeah. Works for us. And something else, you guys, I want to touch base with you on is, I know we just went over all the Ray Marine gear, which of course is phenomenal. You can't even imagine how thrilled and happy we are about that. But I didn't want to forget to mention Mantis Marine in all of this, because we have been working very closely with them for a long time, and they have been very, very good to us. I think you remember last season we replaced all of our scuba gear and got the new compact dive gear. And then we've been waiting for a year, literally, for them to come out with this new device, which you saw it when it was delivered last week, is their dive compressor. This is an electric dive compressor. It runs off 110 volts. So the idea here is that on days when we have enough sun again, if we're doing diving and we're using tanks like we did here, because these 3 tanks were just used by Danny yesterday because he wanted to do some diving just to practice and play around with them and go down and clean the bottom of the boat. So he did.
One, two.
The hair is out the control.
Who's that?
Outside the control. This is better. This is better.
Ok.
Rockstar Danny.
Dani, quando ti dico tiralo, eh.
You can take me a picture.
Now you need to test this.
Okay, you ready? Uno, dos, tres. Okay, we good?
Yes, my friend.
You double check everything?
Yeah.
How's your gauge? Can you reach your gauge easy? Okay. So we're starting at 200. You can breathe well. Now we have an opportunity to use these tanks to test out the new dive compressor, but it has a startup procedure. I mean, it comes dry, there's no oil, anything like that. So in a very soon future episode, we're going to go through all the procedures of how this thing works, why we have it, why it's designed the way it is, how I hope to run it off of solar power, again, just like the air conditioner, and basically how much it's going to change our cruising when we get into the Pacific. So just keep that in mind, because we are going to have a lot of fun with Tech Time and Cruisers College this season, and you guys are going to learn a lot. That much I can promise you. With that said, we would like to thank some of our newest patrons who have come online recently and supporting SSL. So in advance, thank you very much. And Maddie, you want to do this side?
Okay. Sorry if my pronunciation is not
Oh yeah,
correct.
we have some tricky ones here, so bear with us.
Okay, Chris.
That was easy.
Yeah. Javor.
I think it's Ivor,
Ivor.
but I'm not sure.
No. Andy Barnett. Danny Boy. Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy B. Sylvia Shearer.
Yeah.
Michael Hanna. Brian. James Seymour. Thank you so much, everybody. Zoltan Korpa. Andrew Gagger. Alan J. Peck. Fabio Sanvito. And Steve Zavatsky. Thank you so much for support us, really.
And on my side, we've got Michael Scarano, Chas Kett, Jack and Mary Moore. Gee, I wonder who that is. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I think that was a wedding, part of our wedding present, so yeah. Christoph Vendang, Dave Schmutzer, Teresa, Lars Jacobson, John Kendrick, Robert Valadon, Bill and Joan, O. Gagman, Daniel Fowdler, Robert,
It's the Arbelies.
Zraus, I apologize in advance, but Robert Stralkowski, I think. I hope so. And sorry about that, Robert, but thank you very much. We appreciate you, of course. And MTN Slot, Mountain Sloth.
Mountain Slot.
So that is our list for this month, and I thank you guys very much all for coming on board. You're making this all possible for us, and we can't thank you enough.
Yeah, especially now then we need to follow our way with a new adventure.
Yeah, many new adventures. As I said before, we are getting ready to get back to Panama.
Yeah, soon, very soon.
We've been doing a little bit of research along the way, and I think we're going to try and get an update from our friend down at Shelter Bay Marina. If you remember Juan Ho, he's the one who manages the marina, and he's the one who's been holding in trust our dinghy for us, looking after it since it was delivered. Over a year ago now, in March, when lockdown started last year. So he's been looking after that. Thank you so much, Juan Ho. We appreciate that like you can't even imagine. But yes, we are anxious to get back. But I did just hear that Panama is closing down and becoming more difficult to enter again. They are requesting coronavirus tests on our departure from where we are leaving and to certify that we don't have anything before we get to Panama. And regardless of that, they still want another test when we arrive. That can add up fairly quickly as well.
Yeah, more quarantine time.
And more quarantine time. They want us to stay quarantined, you know, either in the boat or a hotel or wherever for at least 5 days. So
After 2 tests of negative.
but anyway, we're going to have to stay in touch with what's going on in Panama because we are looking to leave here within the next couple of weeks and get this show back on the road because we need to start getting the boat ready for the Pacific, and we need to get back to Panama in order to do that because we are going to have to do a haul out, do some service on the boat, some bottom paint updates and things
A
like
lot
that.
of system navigation to fix it.
Oh, well, yeah,
the
you guys
Ray
remember we have Ray Marine on board now too,
Yeah.
so we have lots of projects to do that we're going to try and do, you know, as we're moving. We're not just going to stop and try and do everything all at once, but we're going to do some here before we go. So we have a full project list almost every day. The only thing we really have that's given us any trouble, that's going to give us trouble, is going to be the engine.
The engine is very old and really need
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm
change.
really not sure what to do about. I've been investigating it for a year, even almost 2 years, knowing that, you know, this is a 25 and now 26-year-old engine. It's not going to last forever. And our last few tests, the problems we've been having is that it overheats if I push it past 5 knots. I'm not sure what to do about that because it's not a problem with the cooling systems. I've been through all of that, but yeah, I think the main issue is it is just requiring, soon it's going to be requiring a full rebuild because I had it all checked. Well, let's see, back in 2014 I had a full rebuild done on the fuel injection system, fuel injection pump, new injectors, everything. And they said the engine was running top notch, don't mess with anything else. It was within 10% of tolerance levels on compression, everything was good. But they did say you should expect to see it start deteriorating a little bit more rapidly the more hours you put on it. And of course, we're well over 17,000 hours now. And
hello.
yeah, it's a lot of hours for a diesel engine. But the reason it's starting to overheat now is because compression is getting lower, so it's working a lot harder to do the same job. If I get it rebuilt now, I know perfectly well to rebuild this engine is going to cost at least $5,000 to $6,000. And when it's done, I'm still going to have a 26-year-old engine when it comes to servicing in the future and trying to find parts. So I'm not sure what to do. We've looked into the cost of a new engine, and that's the only thing's really going to hurt us. We don't know how we're going to pull that one off. So I don't know. Anyway, that's just our dilemmas right now we're working on. But yeah, we need to find a way to replace this engine, hopefully before we go to Pacific. Because this one is going to be a problem even going through the Panama Canal. I know everybody tells me you got to be able to maintain a minimum of 6.5 to 7 knots to get through the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
Or they give you a big issue because you hold up traffic and they hold up the locks. They don't like that. They frown upon it, and I really don't want to get a fine for thousands of dollars in holding up the Panama Canal. It's already expensive enough to go through, so we got to be careful with that. For now, we're going to cut it there, and still again wish you guys a happy Easter. And I'm going to share something with you guys that I made specifically for Madalena as a memoir of our special day, the wedding day.
Oh, I never think in the the Capitalic War was so romantic, like ladies.
It's kind of a condensed version and, you know, just a few minutes. So I think you guys will enjoy it. So we'll end the video with that, and we will see you in the next episode. So have a great Friday, a happy Easter Friday, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. Thanks so much for following us, always.
Over and out. Next time, guys.
and I'd choose you. In 100 lifetimes, I'd choose you. In 100 worlds, I'd find you. And I'd say I do for the rest of my life. With all that I have, I do. And I will, when the sky is falling, I promise you I'm all in, no turning back. And every day, every moment, every breath you take, I choose you. This is more than just a wedding. This is etched into eternity. With our union, we will move mountains. We will live on our knees. 'Cause he'd choose us. In 100 lifetimes, he'd choose us. In 100 worlds, he'd find us. And we'd say we do for the rest of our lives. With all that we have, we do. And we will, when the sky turns black and he comes back, riding on the clouds. Every day and every moment, every breath we take, we choose you. Look into my eyes, dear. Look into my eyes, dear. 'Cause this is where it starts. Yes, this is where it starts. I'll give you my whole heart for my whole life. I'll give you my whole heart for my whole life. And this is where it starts. And I'll say I do for the rest of my life. With all that I have, I do. And I will, when the sky is falling, I promise you I'm all in, no turning back. And every day, every moment, and every breath you take, I choose you.
Some of you may have already noticed that we've been making some changes in our salon, so we're going to start there.
try to speak slowly.
Why? They understand me.
No hold. You speak sometimes very fast.
Oh. I don't know anybody, and you don't? When you get on the phone with your mom or your dad,
Yeah. Okay.
What? What was that?
Yeah, but
Holy
it's
crap.
Italian.
Well, I know. It's your native language. You speak fast. It's
Okay.
my native language. I speak fast. Yeah, I can't understand when you speak Italian. You can't understand me when I speak English. You guys understand me, right? See?
Listen, Tiki.
Tiki's laughing too. Yeah, everybody's on my side.
Okay. Do you like, guys? I will make it, yes.
Yes,
We
we've
have
been
a-
waiting a long time to get this job done. And
6 months. 6 months, guys. But we have a new pillow for our couch now.
it's finally coming to fruition, but you wouldn't believe the trials and tribulations we had to go through to get here.
Yeah. Is the time without time.
Yeah. The island without time.
Yeah.
More like it, right? We love San Andres, but yeah,
It's only for the
it's very
mechanic.
difficult to get things done here. I'm used to the East Caribbean, but yeah, San Andres takes island time to a whole new level. But anyway, enough.